Very good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 271 webinar of our Saturday webinar series hosted by Managed Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. Myself, Dr. Ahalya. I am working as Managed Fellow. So before going to the session, I would like to give short introduction about our center. So the Saturday webinar series has been at the forefront of the mission, hosting 270 consecutive weekly webinars since October 2020 that have inspired and empowered agripreneurs across the country. So this year marks 6 years of Manesia's remarkable journey in nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship in India's agriculture. So through these sessions, we have reached more than 50,000 participants and have been privileged to learn from more than 500 expert speakers who have guided, mentored, and transformed countless agricultural ventures. Our center has been the cradle of innovation for 1,100 entrepreneurs, nurturing their dreams and transforming them into viable enterprises. And we take immense pride in having supported 562 startups across diverse agriculture sectors, each contributing to the transformation of India's agriculture ecosystem. And along with this, we are also offering expert guidance and specialized training in crucial areas such as agro-processing, post-harvest technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri consultancy, ensuring that our agripreneurs are equipped to tackle every challenge in their journey. And in today's session, we are going to focus on the theme called Understanding the Market Demand through Collaboration with Local Farmers and Consumers. It is honor to introduce our speakers for the today's session. To invite our first speaker, I would like to call our managing intern, Gauri.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning to all. I am Gauri Jaguri from Team Manage CIA. It is my honor to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Rajashekar Reddy, sir, an agriculture postgraduate in soil science and agriculture chemistry from Angru, with 20 years of experience in farm produce sourcing, supply chain management across India. Throughout his career, sir has worked closely with local farmers, FPOs, and agribusiness organizations, helping align farm production with market demand and consumer preference, especially for export market such as Europe, USA, Canada, where food safety and quality standards are critical. His professional journey includes key role at ITC Limited, Vijay Krishna Spices, and Bighat. Currently, he heads business development at Krishikan, an agri-tech company that focus on value addition at the farm level through sustainable regenerative agriculture practices. Through initiatives like Krishikan Responsible Farming and Sourcing, he works to strengthen farmer market linkages, promote responsible villages, and ensure that farmer production is closely connected with consumer needs and market trends. With this brief introduction of Sir, I now hand over the session to him. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone.
I'll make you as a presenter, so please.
Yeah.
Yes, you can share now.
Thank you. So is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity and time given to introduce myself and also to develop on the subject given. So the subject is understanding the market demands and through collaborations with farmers and consumers. So give me a second. The screen show. Okay. Yeah. So the presentation scheme will be like this. We'll be introducing Krishikan. What are the key changes in food consumption spaces happening from the past decades, and currently where are we, and what is the future looking? And Indian farming, I would like to brief key understanding how Indian farming is aligned to the consumers, the global food safety, and how is consumer behavior changing towards the food. And for that, what we do at Krishikan, a brief actionable items Krishikan does at a farm and throughout the value chain. And the last one would be future farming and food consumption. This is basically for aspiring young professional. What are the opportunities lying at the farm end, and what are the opportunities which we can look at at the consumption end. If you are to become an agripreneur or entrepreneur, so this is what the lens of Krishikan. So Krishikan is born in 2022 with a naming. So we've been focusing on addressing the food safety challenges, especially to the export market and even in the domestic market with respect to the pesticide residues, aflatoxins, and allergens and various other contaminants. So anything which comes to the factory can't be controlled, so it has to be controlled at the farm. So we think that being on the ground, understanding the consumer problem and start working from the farmer itself, especially on the soil to seed to the food. So that's what about Krishikan. And the food consumption changes. If you see last the decades, the food consumption is to be cultural and conventional foods, which are basically locally grown. We never used to have an outside food grown in out of our villages or this thing, and mostly was homemade and time bound. The eating habits were time bound. There was no artificial colors. This was a conventional foods, and then become the currently which is booming is the convenience food, which is ready to eat and ready to cook, and packaged foods and quick commerce and dining out and flavors. This is what the younger generation or the working professionals are currently looking at. And if you see the future foods, it's going to be the functional foods is going to be the future. For example, health and wellness, personalized nutrition, and alternative proteins. Functional foods means today, if we are eating some food, people are looking at whether it would good taste. It's quick or it is neatly packed. But when it comes to the functional foods, people will be looking at what function this food will add to my health. So that can be a plain dal and chawal and plain biryani. People will, as of now, thinks that yeah, I need to have a calories, I need to have taste. So, but in future, it is going to each and every food which we are going to consume will have a function to it. Maybe the roti I am eating it. What are the function it will have add value to the body? Yeah, and I think the problem. Give me a second. There's a problem in moving to the next slide.
I think you need to stop slideshow, and I think that would work, I guess.
Let me see that one. Now is fine.
Yeah, sir, fine.
Okay. No, it's not moving to the next slide.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
problem.
not moving. I think you quit slideshow and you do it, sir. Let's see.
Hmm.
Otherwise, no problem. Our team will share the presentation. We have your PPT. Gauri, can you share the PPT, sir's PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, sure.
Sir, we are sharing.
Yeah, Ishika, if you are facing any problem in sharing, we can share from here. Okay, we are sharing. Wait, kindly wait. Yeah, next slide. Yeah.
Yeah, let us put in a deep dive, a small understanding on the Indian farming. So mostly everyone knows this, small and marginal farmer, fragmented cultivation, and the big gap is the demand and supply. The farmers demanded whole demand and supply, holistic view of whole and demand supply. Farmer is lacking now because the farmer produces maize here in India, but what about the production in happening in US and other countries? How does it is going to impact the Indian market? There is a clear understanding gap. Whatever the products which farmers are producing, and food safe farming, there is a knowledge transfer gap because there would be larger organizations which know that food regulation changes happening at FSSA level, APEDA, all the government governing bodies in Europe, US. But thus, the changes happening at food regulations and transferring into the field, taking time, and most of them were not transferred, are freely not transferred. Otherwise, companies which were working, they were transferring this knowledge. There's a gap which has to be filled. And there is a rising cost of cultivation. Though we have probably says that we have banned the old molecules, but the new molecules which are coming into the market, which are costlier and costs uh, almost input cost has been doubled in last 5 years. If you see input in terms of input cost, especially, and the labor has become, and the farm waste, this is all rising input cost in the last 5 years. In the spice sector alone, I have seen there is an 50 to 60% increase in the cost of cultivation. And climate change, so we have been observing across India and the globe, there is a clear sense that the climate is changing rapidly, and new pests are emerging, and new challenges are being posing. So there is an but low adoption of climate resilient farming. Farmers continues to do adapt to the old practices. The mostly in India, the peer farming. What my fellow farmer grows, I'll grow, rather than going for an understanding demand and supply and demand for food safe producing. They're going simply following the peer farming. These are the quick understanding of the Indian farming. Next slide, please. So yeah, let's deep dive onto the what is the food consumption changes is happening. The rising urban population, obviously, yes, there is a lot of focus on health and wellness being there. And if you can see, there are more personalized diets, health supplements, and personalized mobile apps where they are suggesting. If you scan the photo, they will be suggesting this is the calories are you are going to take, and this is what is the weight, and this is the change. And sustainable and recyclable packaging, because a lot of packaging have the daily we get through either Amazon or Blinkit. There is a lot of packages is to come. In earlier days, we used to go to the market with a single bag and we used to buy a lot of vegetables and come. Now, every time you order through all e-commerce, quick commerce, or whatever it is, a lot of packages comes into the home every day. At least 4 to 5 kgs of waste being generated, and but customers are looking at uh, recyclable packaging and shifting towards natural flavors and colors. As of now, we do what I have is we do get mango flavored ice cream, vanilla flavored the foods, but the customer is now no more accepting. Otherwise, shifting towards which are natural and colors and flavors rather than the just artificial flavors. And functional foods and beverages, as I earlier explained. Functional foods, the food which other beverage which I am taking, which is how it is going to impact my health and especially mental and gut health is being largely focused when the food consumption is being taken. So these are the changes which is we have been clearly seen at the domestic level when we are closely working with the consumers. Thank you. Next slide, please. So yeah, what we do, as I earlier also told, so anything has to be at consumer level. There isn't change, but there is something has to be changed at the farm. Starting with the farm, unless until if you change something at the farm, it can't be solved at the factory or the lab or anyway. So that's why we have at Krishikan, we do have a program called CRISP, which means Responsible Inclusive Farming and Sourcing Farming Program, where we'll start with the soil testing and good agriculture practices, where we have monitoring and record keeping. We have the tool called Krishi Connect, where this entire thing is captured and farmer will be connected. And we have R&D fields where demonstration will happen on food safety, yield improvement, soil health. And there is a food safety app which has to be to the consumers largely, where FarmPure is an app where farmer can or producers can access what are the safety norms, and the consumers can see how traceable is the produce and what parameters it has been tested, and it would be available through a barcode. And traceability, we have Krishi Track, especially for the consumer, if he has established and link are placed PO with us, and there he can track where it is the farm, what is happening, so through this Krishi Track app. And finally, we do have a Harvest Connect, where the farmers have been harvested and waiting for the markets. We help them to link these farmers to the market. So this is what the CRISP means that. Yep. Next slide, please. So what we do, so our measure is to provide residue-free produce and end-to-end traceability and scalable partnerships. The partnerships always, whether it be the farmers or consumers or the stakeholders, it should be meaningful, impactful, and scalable. So it should add meaning to the society, should add meaning to the whole community, and it should impact. We should have impact on the soil, water, the environment, and then it should be scalable. Unless until it is scalable, it is not a business model. Then it becomes a social initiative. So, and innovation and technology, yes, this is quite a lot of interesting subject. But as of now, in India, there's still native stage. The adaptability of the innovation and technology. Farmers are innovative; they're ready to innovate, but finding difficulty for the market. This is where farmer consumer misfit happens. If the innovation being happened at the farm and consumer doesn't know, then there is a misfit. If consumer needs something and that is not being translated to the farmer, there is again a misfit. So farmer consumer fitting is the primary role of us, understanding the consumer needs and translating that to product, and generating that information and giving it to the farmer. This is what consumer need. You need to produce. This is how you need to produce. In which we do customized crop planning, farm to factory value addition, and lab to farmer. Whatever we've been tested, whether through R&D of our lab, it will be knowledge transfer. Farm R&D and institutional ties. Farm R&D basically on addressing issues with the pesticide residues, mycotoxins related to aflatoxins, ochratoxins, mycotoxins, lot of many things. And there would be a Krishi Connect app, purpose-driven technology, where we have connect the farmers to the market. Yeah, next slide, please. So this is the last slide because I've been given time 20 minutes. I think I'll be covering it. Okay. So if somebody, an agripreneur or entrepreneur wanted to look at farming side, what are the opportunities? If somebody looking at consumption side, what are the opportunities which through our daily interactions with the consumers and the B2B players and the retail players and the consumers, what we see as a demand, and at the farming, what are the opportunities we see. So let's say at the farming, cooperative and collective farming, and especially with the value addition. This is still big scope for agripreneurs and the farmers, because there are live examples. Let's say Amul started as a farmer cooperative. Now it is India's largest farmer cooperative. So with the revenue and the profitability of any greater organization in India. And to name it, Shahadri Farms is largest fruits and vegetables exporters in India, and the globally leading player, which is again started as an FPO way back, and now they're leading. So likewise, there are opportunities when we do collective and cooperative farming and value addition at the farm. And the recent initiative of the government under Narendra Modi ji, there's a 10,000 FPOs. Again, the new the initiative has been extended till 2031. This FPOs will be 10,000 farming FPOs and strengthening these FPOs. And I can see really there is an positive pressure being put on the government, both on the FPOs and on the institutions in the consumer side. Now FPOs have been Earlier, the APOs been present, registering and not doing business, but the government is putting positive pressure on the APOs. They have to show some business in order to get the initiatives. Now APOs are forced to do value addition and do some business. At the institutional side, government is pushing the companies to buy more and more from APOs and strengthening the APOs. So this is a good opportunity for entrepreneurs or farmers or agripreneurs. Look at this and having an aim of building next Shayadri farms and next Amul. And the only caution is not to diversify. Having a single product or category focused and working closely through farmers and then scale it with partnerships. So companies are ready to partnership with the FPOs, but there's a scalability and then adaptability to the changes is very much required. And other opportunity, yes, artificial intelligence and data driven farming, but this is at initial stages, but still there is a lot of scope where people can invest on this, but it has to be farmer friendly. When the large data is available, if it is not aligned properly and it is can't be communicated properly, so that then their data won't be useful. That data should have a meaning to it, and data should be translatable, and data should be understandable, and data should be implementable. And R&D, yes, there's a lot of which area which most of entrepreneurs or agripreneurs ignores because of the current. If you see, people think this developing and varieties are developing and new technology or package of practices believes that it's a government responsibility or a private institution responsibility. But startups, if you think like thinking like seed company or pesticide company, there are a lot of opportunities available in order to make an meaningful and impactful organization. At consumption, yes, personalized nutrition already is in place, and it is going to be DNA based. Maybe it takes time, but it is going to be mostly when you go to nutrition, it's going to be regional based. Where you come from? I'm in Hyderabad, but I came from down south. So where my food habits there are different from the food habits here. When I go and see next time the nutrition, I see messages that where are you hailing from? What is your family background? And what are you eating now? What are you going to eat? So that inclusive of your old traditional foods would be there in your food menu. That is going to be personal, DNA based, and activity based. What kind of job are you doing? Stress levels and all those going to be an opportunity for entrepreneurs. And functional foods explained earlier, especially focusing on gut health and mental health. So a lot of opportunities are there. Now the space is occupied with a lot of health supplements, basically from herbs, being it turmeric as an and being ashwagandha and all those things. That can be, there is an opportunity to bring functional foods and fresh and safe foods. There is again consumer demand, and they need fresh and also to ensure that safe. If we can provide them, it's not about the label which is claiming about. It has to be customer should accept it. Yes, it is clean, safe, and fresh to consume. And third part is innovation in packaging. Especially people are looking at shelf life and extendability and purity of the product. So innovation in packaging, obviously, whether it is in a sustainable packing and increasing the shelf life of the product and not deteriorating the product quality and maintaining the quality, that would be another area of opportunity. So this is all from my side, and thank you. If you have any questions, I think we have a session at the end. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, sir, for explaining how Krishikan is addressing the changing food consumption pattern and market demands by closely collaborating with the farmers and consumers. And the CRISP model, especially, which integrates the data profiling, soil health, sustainability, food safety assessment through Krishi Connect, was extremely helpful. And also, we gained the insights on the customized crop planning from to factory value addition and many things which contribute in the global food safety standards. Thank you once again for showcasing how technology, innovation, and inclusive sourcing models can shape the future of farming and consumption in India. Participants, if you have any questions regarding this session, you can keep in chat box and also you can raise your hands. So the questions will be taken up after the second speaker presentation. To introduce our second speaker, I would like to call Managing Intern Subhashini.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good morning. I'm Subhashni from Team Manage CAA. We are pleased to welcome Ms. Payal, co-founder and head of marketing, branding, and business development at Agri Organics Private Limited, Millets Now. She brings hands-on experience in understanding market demand by closely collaborating with local farmers, producer groups, and end customers by developing market-driven millet products. With an academic background in agribusiness management and agriculture, Ms. Payal bridges the gap between farm level realities and consumer expectations. Her work involves translating farmers' inputs and consumers' insights into effective branding, packaging, digital outreach, and e-commerce strategies that strengthen value chain and improve product acceptance in competitive markets. With this short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Payal. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll share my PPT. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Payal Kardikar, co-founder and marketing manager at Millets Now. Thank you, Manage, for the opportunity. Today, I'll be speaking about understanding market demand and why collaboration with the local farmer and consumer is extremely important for the success of any agriculture or the food-based business. So Millets Now is the brand by Agri Organics, founded in 2020 in Urali Kanchan, Pune. We work with a clear purpose to provide healthy millet-based food alternatives while strengthening the farm to fork value chain. We directly source raw millets from farmers across the Maharashtra, especially small and marginal farmers, and collaborate with the women-led self-help groups. Our core mission is to combat the malnutrition and iron deficiency anemia through natural, nutritious, and innovative millet products while ensuring the fair income for the farmers. So, while understanding the market demands, so what is the market demand? Market demand simply means understanding what consumer actually wants, their taste preferences, price expectations, nutritional need, packaging choices, and buying behavior. Let me explain with a very simple example. Suppose we produce a very healthy millet products like millet pasta and try to sell it in the rural area where people mainly eat bhakri, roti and traditional food. Even though the product is nutritious, people will not buy it because it is not the part of their food habit. So, if there is no demand, there is no point in selling the product. This clearly shows that product success depend on the demand, not only on the quality. This is extremely important because it helps us design products people truly need, reduce unsold inventory, improve efficiency, and create the high demand products. That is why the understanding market demand is the first step before the production. So, how Agrozy Organic works? Our model starts right with the farm level. So, we provide biofortified seed to farmers and train them on the cultivation practices. So, we provide them the biofortified seeds, that is iron-rich pearl millet, and get a buyback from them and at the fair market prices. So we then procure the grains directly from farmer and ensuring the fair prices, then process them into the value added nutrient rich millet products, and finally bring these products to the consumers, encouraged a shift towards a healthier lifestyle and the better nutrition. So we have our Agrozy Organics with the Project Hansa. So Project Hansa is our integrated nutritional initiative. So first is the NutriKhet, focuses on cultivating biofortified crop. That before I tell you, we provide the biofortified seeds to the farmers. So first we connect with the farmers. We currently we are connected with 7,500 plus farmers through this Nutri Khet model. Then in Nutri Kitchen, we ensure a safe and nutritious meal preparations here in our millets now factory. Then this is the components of the project Hansa that we are running in the schools. So in our club, we educate students about the nutrition, hygiene, physical activities, and the mental well-beings. And Nutri Diary help track daily meals and the program impact. Then Nutri Buddy involves the senior nutrition students who monitor, implement, and train the students. Then collaboration with the farmers, market demand from the farmers perspective, that we actively collaborate with the local farmers by supplying the biofortified millet seeds, providing cultivation training, ensuring transparent procurement, and empowering the women-led self-help groups. This is not only improve the farmer income but also ensure the quality of raw material for our products too. Market demand is not only important for the companies but also for the farmers. If the farmer grow foxtail millet because it is nutritious, but the local market demand only a pearl millet, so the farmer may not get the buyer or will receive a very low price. So farmers should grow crops that have both yield and good market demand. So uh, at millets now we work closely with the farmers, ensure them that their production we will buy back from them, and we gave rate more than the market price. So collaboration with the consumers, different consumers have the different demands. So market demand changes based on the consumer segment. Children's, as we runs the project like Project Hansa, so children wants only the taste, and diabetic people wants the low sugar products, and fitness adults want higher fiber or the protein rich products. So, for example, selling diabetic friendly products in the school canteen does not make sense. Right products for the right consumer is very important. Market demand is not only about product, it is also about the packaging. If we sell 5 kg flour packets in urban areas where nuclear families prefer 500 gram or 1 kg packs, sale will be low because there is the no demand of that packaging, right? So the convenience decides the demand. We collaborate with the consumers by organizing tasting sessions and collecting feedbacks. So in millets now, before launching a new products, so we ask consumers if it is too hard or too dry or too bland, or what is the taste of the product. So based on the feedback, we improve the product before mass production. So impact of this collaboration is uh, like ours. So we increase the farmer income and the market access. Then improve the quality of the products because we are buying directly from the farmers, so we assure the quality of the product. Then strengthen the value chain as farmer get the fair prices for their produce, and boosted the demand for the millet based nutritious product. So our role of our technology in this, so we have AI monitored hydro NIR technology. So as we know that there is a 3-in-1 woman or the 3-in-1 girl of school is suffering from iron deficiency anemia. So we developed the patented hydro NIR technology. That is, as we know that the shelf life of bajra flour, that is iron millet flour, is 10 days. So we extend that shelf life from 10 days to 180 days without compromising its nutritional value. So our patent is validated from Niftim Tanjavur. that is Government of India. There are the two machines we developed, that is hydrothermal and NIR technology. So in this we inactivate the lipase and improves the bioavailability of the product. So that we are able to serve iron based millet products to the school children to combat the iron deficiency anemia and increase the product shelf life up to 6 months without adding any preservatives. So at this impact is that we extended the shelf life and we inactivate the lipase enzyme, and this processing cost is very minimal, that is 0.89 per kilo for the processing. So lastly, I would say, if there is no demand, there is the no point in the production, no matter how the product, how the good you're so much. Over to
Thank you,
manage team.
Payal ma'am, for Thank you, Payal ma'am, for inspiring session on agrozy, organics, and millets. Now, your journey of promoting this millet-based nutrition products while sourcing directly from the farmers and empowering women-led self-help group was truly it's motivating. And your explanation of initiatives like Project Hansa and the biofortified seeds, NutriKit, NutriKitchens, and the consumer engagement models showed how nutrition, technology, and community can impact come together effectively. Thank you once again for sharing your expertise with us. So the participants, if you have any questions regarding these two sessions, you can keep in chat box, and also you can raise your hand. So the questions will be taken up now. So I'll take up the few questions already in the chat box. Hope Rajashekar Reddy's are also available. Mm, yeah, there is a question from Ishika. So, what are the best methods to collect honest feedback from farmers and consumers at the grassroots level?
So have at the farmer level, we have to meet the small farmers.
So, sorry to interrupt. Can you please switch on your video?
Yeah. So honest feedbacks. See, farmer always, when there is an meaningful impact which you are going to do, they always give the honest feedback, and regarding the product where they want to use. But basically, this is how we engage with the farmers. What are we going to have an impact when they see there is likely to have an impact? The impact has to be explained first to the farmer. Then we will get the honest feedback. When it comes to the consumer, the honest feedback comes through various forms, whether through whatever the channels mentioned. Also, no, looking at see, sometimes you need not to go for asking the feedback. You can see what are the waste being generated from the consumers, from the societies. From that also you can guess what is the feedback of the consumer. If more and more of some particular product is being thrown or not used, that is also an feedback for us.
Yeah. Payal ma'am, you want to add anything?
Yes,
Hello?
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, for the consumer feedback, I would say you can give the free samples and you can taste the products before you launch. So you get and mostly you can collect the feedbacks from students or the small childrens. So they gave the very honest feedback. So for the product feedback, I'll say that. Thanks.
So I kindly request both speakers to switch on the video. Yeah, I'll take up one more question. So there's a question from Shalu. This question is to Payal ma'am. Can budding entrepreneurs use your technology to use it in their products? How much does the cost? I mean, the iron fortification.
We did not do the iron fortification. we supply the 1 second, my camera. Okay, 1 minute. Yes, am I audible?
You're audible only, but your video only not visible.
Okay.
Let us go ahead, no?
Yeah, no problem, ma'am. If is there any problem, you can go ahead with your answer.
Yeah. Okay. So we cannot fortify the iron pearl millet, that is bajra. We actually take the seeds from like universities like Parbhani University. They launched the iron biofortified iron rich pearl millet varieties. So we give this to the farmers. So our technology is to improve the nutritional value and increase the shelf life of the pearl millet flour. So our technology cost is 86,000. So for per kg it will be 0.86 per kilo.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. And then there is one follow-up question. How do we source biofortified seeds? She's asking Shalu the same question. She's from Tamil Nadu
Yeah.
itself.
As I said before, we take these seeds from government universities like Parbhani University or the MPKV University, that is agriculture universities that especially generate the seeds like varieties for the specific areas.
Yeah. So there is one question from Gauri. How can farmers consumer collaboration reduce the market risk and price fluctuations?
Yeah. If you know what the market demand is, so you for millets, take millets now as an example. So we know that the millet products is very demanded in the market nowadays. So you first have to know that your product demand is in the market or not. If your product has demand in the market, so that you can connect to the farmers. For like the contract farming, you can do the contract farming with them. So it will be beneficial for you also and the farmer also.
Rajshekhar sir, you want to say anything?
Um, regarding what was the?
Yeah, how can farmer consumer collaboration reduce the market risk and price fluctuation?
Yeah, see, nowadays there's a lot of demand for, especially when it comes to the export market, pesticide free. Here, the farmer is uh, has to follow the certain protocols, and the companies are ready to buy back. So, in such a way that they can de-risk the market fluctuation, there is a certain premium being provided. For example, for chilies, there is a good demand for IP pesticide residue-free chili. The farmer need not to practice organic here. There is he can still use pesticides allowed as per the MRL specified in the global food safety norms. Where farmer collaborating with multinationals and other companies, where he can de-risk. There is an guaranteed buyer with a certain premium, so you can de-risk it, and there is an uh, extensive extension guidance also will be available to the farmers through these companies. The collaboration will be mutually beneficial to the farmer as well as to the company, whereas the companies will have assured supply, whereas the farmers will get assured buyback arrangement, and also they will fetch some premium. This is how it's too important to have collaborations on both the sides.
Thank you, sir. So Sharath Pant is asking how you are collaborating the consumer. Can you please explain your consumer retaining policy? I think this question is to Payal ma'am. Payal ma'am. Hello.
Hello. Once
you got
again,
the
can you
question.
please repeat?
How you are collaborating the consumer? Can you explain your consumer retaining policy?
Our consumer returning policy.
Retaining policy.
Okay. Actually, we mostly connected with the schools. We mostly mm, give our products to school childrens. So they give us a feedback like. We give products to the students, and their students tell to their parents and all. So their parents come to us and at our factory and say that our product is very good, and our product quality is actually very good, so that our consumers are very repeated.
Yeah. So Shalu is asking, file ma'am, 86,000 for your technology is one-time investment, or does it include the machinery also? And regarding the increasing the shelf life, is the technology applicable for all grains?
Currently, we just validate it for the iron pearl millet, that is bajra. We are working on the another millets also, but currently it is only for the bajra.
And there is one more question from Prasad. How do you maintain consistency in quality and uniformity from the material procured from farmers? What are the bottlenecks faced from the farmer end?
We actually give trainings to the farmer through the national institute scientists and all, and we visit the farmers site daily or weekly. So we maintain the quality, and we give our seeds like biofortified seeds to them, so the grains that is we procure, that is exactly what we give, so the quality maintains here.
Yeah. And Subhashini, what makes collaboration with the farmers successful and effective, and what challenges you face in understanding market demands? Rashekar sir, you want to take this question?
Yeah, well, can you repeat the question fully?
What makes collaboration with farmers successful and effective, and what challenges you face in understanding market demands?
Yeah, so for farmers, collaboration is very effective when comes compared to the market. So farmer collaborations are much needed, because that is how anything, as I told in the presentation also, if you have to do something to the product, it has to start from the farmer. And farmer needs to be trained, because the changes, whether it is related to the global food safety norms or consumer domestically, it has to start from the farm. And once it is produced at the farm and being moved to the market, I can't do anything, or we can't do anything to the product. So working closely with the farmers, understanding the consumer requirements, and telling them this is how it has to be produced, this is how it has to be valued. That is, farmer collaboration is the way, the only way, if we have to really address the consumer demands. Now, how consumer demands are being met is the challenges being faced at the consumer demand is sometimes, let's say, consumer demands are sometimes largely influenced nowadays by social media and all, because they think that, okay, dragon fruit, let's say, is a very good for health, but it is not native of India. We are not uh, not habitat of taking that. Consumer demands comes at a different uh, sizes in the farms, and meeting them is requirement. But at the same time, educating consumer is also very important, because we have been grown in such a way that we have been adapted from childhood to certain age level. Our body is been trained in such a way for the food habits. So we can't looking at, okay, having a dragon fruit, will have it changes, and strawberries. But what is locally you have been started growing and eating, this is where we need to educate even consumer also. Yeah, though yes, it is as requirements of your body whatever needs, but it is not your body is supposed to consume, because your body is not trying to eat it. It is like, no, if you are going to the gym, if you start training without warm up, it's like this imported fruits or vegetables or flavors which our body is not adapted to from the childhood. So we need to educate the farmer. That's where educate the consumers. The education consumer is becoming really an important and a challenge, because he comes with his expectations, looking at some video. This fruit has, or this food has benefits. Can you make it available? But if it is regionally grown and you have been adapted to it, yes, it can be. But if not, it's a challenge to convince the consumer.
So one participant has raised the hand. I'll unmute him. Prasad.
Yeah, I'm,
Yeah, hello.
hello. Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you very much. Yeah. This is my question is now in continuation of what I posted regarding quality maintenance of millets. Now, what I've practically seen is that like mostly millets are cultivated in the dry regions, and the package of practices are not so much consistently availability and all is not there, and they are also prone to different kind of climate risks and everything. So considering all these things, there will be production problems in terms of quality and quantity and everything. So how do and what I observed is that because farmers sometimes, because to make their ends meet, I have also noticed some farmers mixing some admixtures into the millets and all while supplying any produce, not only millets. So how do we maintain this quality and quantity in relation to this? And what kind of problems do we face while procuring in this regard? And how this is being sorted out in the short term and long term? So that was my question.
Yes. You're talking about the farmer if they adulterate at the farm level. What actually we do? When we procure the millets, that is bajra from farmers, so we lab tested that a random sample from their raw material, and if it is the iron quantity specifically what we required and what we give to them, that is biofortified seed, if it is match, so we procure them. Otherwise we will reject that, because we think that they adulterate some.
Okay, that's it. So that's fair enough. So yeah. So any long term strategies regarding this?
Sorry.
Any long term
Any long
strategies to overcome these problems? To ensure that kind of things don't happen, and the quality rejection and all still will be a problem for the farmer. So in the long run, are there any strategies to overcome this thing? One thing you said earlier was that you are also training them, providing training to them. So training them may reduce the problems to certain extent. So are there any more strategies planned?
Your voice is not clear.
Yeah,
Can
actually,
someone
he's
please?
asking any long-term strategies to work on the problem. He's asking.
Yeah. Now, with the as we are collaborate, that we partnered with the Harvest Plus solution, so we collaboratively have one app that traceability for the traceability from the farmers. So we enter all the data, and daily we update the data of the farmers, and what daily they are doing with that farm produce. So here we ensure the quality, and after the lab test it will be clear that if they use anything else or like that.
Yeah. So, Sharat Pant is asking, most of the time the farmers are not reliable. They were misguided by various stakeholders in the market to sell their produce. In this case, how you are ensuring your required input and raw material?
The
Yeah,
same
Rashekar sir.
answer
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone
So
can take it.
yeah. So yeah, farmers always, because there is an web of activities happens around the farmer knowingly or unknowingly, because the would be an input dealer. He gives an unsecured loan through in terms of pesticides and fertilizers, and even give cash to the farmers for the worker. He has certain influence where so the farmer have inevitably has to give the produce to him where he is bound. When it is went to his hands, and then this the input agent or the village level aggregator, what he can have a tie up with the wholesale agent and the market, where he gets a good price, he will sell it for this commission. So this, as you were rightly said, there is multiple agencies or multiple stakeholders confuses of a farmer, or sometimes he's getting cheated. Otherwise, sometimes farmers, when we are engaging with the farmers sometimes they doesn't give the farm produce to us. They will be influenced by this a middleman who is giving the inputs and money, and he will be selling to somewhere else. Here, the real breakdown comes with working with this financial institutions, because we need to understand each value chain part of it. If it is selling the produce raw material to somebody else, what are the reasons behind it? Because he has taken loan from somebody, he has some obligations with somebody. Then we need to work, if it's a money related, input related, we have to work with the input companies so that they can give it credit basis. The same time, for financial institutions, we work with them. And the farmer, the commission agents work in the market, they will always ask them to come to their commission shops, because to get the commission, if you can intervene there and educate farmer that you will be saving the commission costs and be providing fair market prices, that would ensure that your raw materials will be secured.
Yeah. So I think I can take up one last question from Kiran Babu. So when the market demand was high like onion or banana, and farmers have started to produce same crops, later on the produce was high and the market demand was low, value addition was limited level. Then how to tackle with this excess produce, especially in Rayalaseema region, farmers and buyers are facing these problems.
See, one thing is very clear: the mass production. That's what I've said earlier in my presentation. Also, the peer farming is the biggest problem, because all other crops doesn't have. I'm even comes from Rayalaseema. There's a lot of banana which farmer grows now is not even selling for 2 to 4 rupees per kg. Whether as a consumer, I'm sitting in Hyderabad, if I go, it's still running at 45 to 50 per kg. How do we? These farmers has to be connected to the hybrid markets, like hypermarkets directly to the farmers, and also to expose the farmers to the urban markets, because the farmers are not being exposed to the urban markets. Like there's a Rayalaseema has good connectivity to the Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. If the farmers have been given the connectivity to these stations, then there's a market. Yes, the farmer is selling at 6 rupees. I was there a couple of months back, and he was desperate to sell even at 4 rupees banana. When I came back to Hyderabad and I went to Bangalore, still per kg is 245 to 60 rupees. It is not the still it was when the farm price was 15 rupees, still the consumer price is 60. Now farm price is even 6 rupees. It is there. How do we connect these farmers to these urban markets and to these hypermarkets and international markets? This is where the real wastage will come down.
Thank you, sir. So now we shall conclude the session. Thank you, participants, for all your questions. Still, if you have any,
I have
yeah,
a
please
small
go.
questions to Ms. Payal. So while I was watching a presentation, I've seen that I was curious because to increase the bioavailability of iron, there is in saying that inactivation of lipase enzyme. But lipase enzyme is very much required to break down the lipids and the body part and fatty acids in order to lower down the glycerols. If you do inactivate the lipase, so though you increase the bioavailability of iron, but what happens to the lipase enzyme, which has important role in your body?
No, actually, in hydrothermal process, we steam the millets. So the contents like that is not digestible and that is cause the decrease in the shelf life, we leach out there. So by soaking and by hydrothermal method. And in NIR treatment, we give the NIR treatment to in to inactivate the lipase, and that for the that time, you know uh, to increase the shelf life.
Okay, you can take this as in this thing, because lipase has an important activity in the body. If you are inactivating by any process, and then the fats can't be digestible, and then will be an increase of obesity. Though I understand that your major focus is on iron, but lipase is very much
Yeah.
required in the body.
Yeah, I'll give the answer this hydro-NIR technology. I'll connect you with my team, that is food technologist. She will definitely tell you.
Sure, I was curious about that, and then I've just taken it
Yeah,
up.
sure.
So by inhibiting something, in order to promote something, you should not inhibit something which is naturally available in the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajshekhar sir and Payal ma'am. And thank you, participants, for all your questions. Still, if you have any questions regarding this session, you can contact the speakers. The speaker details are given in the chat box. And also, if you miss any part of this today webinar, and if you want to rewatch this webinar again, the YouTube link to watch the full session is also given in the chat box. And also, if you want to receive exciting updates from the Manage, be sure to follow us on our social media handles like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube and all. And along with this, Manacia Cohort 14 applications are also open. So interested entrepreneurs, startups, you can apply for it and get a funding up to 25 lakhs. And also the registration for the Manacia pre-incubation mentoring program and digital marketing also open, and you can apply for it. And before concluding the session, I would like to thank Rajshekhar Reddy sir and the Payal ma'am for sharing your valuable insight today. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And also, I would like to thank our director, Dr. Sarnandra sir, for organizing this webinar. And also, I would like to thank entire Manage team for efforts in organizing today's webinar so seamlessly. Finally, don't forget to share your feedback. The feedback link is also given in the chat box. Do register for the upcoming webinar. And see you next week with another exciting topic. Until then, bye.
Thank you, Rajshekhar Reddy and Payal madam. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for arranging this
Thank
session.
you, sir.
Nice to listen to you. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice to talk to you, and nice to interact with the young minds. Basically, they are the future. So maybe they will work on the regular sessions. They will each from the session, if even one input is being taken, they can have come up with an idea that can be in future business tycoon, business unicorn.
Yeah.
Thanks for arranging this. This will be helpful for the young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's great. Yeah, thank you, participants. Yeah,
Thank you. Have a good day.
same.